Let's bring in Gordon Thrower, Deputy Editor of Knees Up Mother Brown, West Ham fan site. Evening, Gordon.
Good evening, everyone.
Has he... I don't know, did David Moyes have to win you round? And if he did, how did he do it?
He certainly did. I was on record, there's radio, TV interviews and stuff. I was not keen when he came along, especially first time around. How he's won me round? Well, we're playing a different type of football to the sort of football I associated with him back in his Everton days, all sort of blood and guts and no flair. We're actually playing some damn good football at the moment, whisper it. And I think one of the reasons for that is I think he's, especially in this second spell, he's come in on his own terms and he's clearly getting the last word on transfers. So there are none of these random South American people turning up on loan that nobody knew about until they arrived on the training ground. He's got a fantastic team spirit instilled in that bunch. There are no sort of big-time Charlies. They sort of win, they lose, they draw as a unit. I mean, Karen was at the game and she mentioned the sort of celebration. All 10 outfield players were all in that one corner celebrating the goal. Fabianski will let off because he didn't fancy the 200-yard round trip, I suppose. But, there's a sense of unity and togetherness that even when we've had some wonderful players in the past, that was missing in the past. And, I mean...
Is that as a club, Gordon? Is that as a club or just as a team? Because it strikes me that everything has turned round. And look, we're all reactionary as football fans, and we all throw our toys out the pram and we all think, one week and think we might win the title the next. But all of a sudden, from a club that seemed to have a lot of internal arguments and disagreements, and obviously the arguments between fans and board and owners and so on and so forth, to the outside at the moment, everything seems calm and going in the same direction.
Yeah, I think we haven't heard an awful lot from the owners over the last year or so, really. I think they're quite wisely just stepping back and letting Mr. Moyes get on with it. And, we're reaping the benefits of that policy. Long may that continue. I think that the more we have a team sort of in Moyes' image, we'll get players in that he feels that he can add something to the squad and he'll improve. I mean, the players that have improved no end since the second spell of Moyes, if you like. I mean, Antonio's a striker. I mean, he's so good, and we're beginning to forget that he's not really, or he wasn't really a striker. We had him playing at right back not that long ago, for crying out loud. So the fact that he's flourishing in that role. And that's got Moyes and his staff. He's got some good staff amongst him. Let's not forget those, and they've got to take all the credit for that.
Chris,
should he be trusted more in the transfer market? As a West Ham fan, would with European football this season, which West Ham have been excellent so far, but is it? I mean, looking at this negatively from West Ham's point of view, if they lose Antonio and Bowen, do they have the strength in depth? I know he made 6 changes against Genk in the week.
Yeah.
But is that a worry as a West Ham fan, that you think that you can push for top 6? I know David Moyes is talking about top 4. You can compete in Europe, but is the squad strong enough if you have a couple of injuries to key players, especially in the forward areas?
Yeah. I think we're just slightly... It's stronger than it was this time last year, to the extent that if we leave Antonio out, as we did against Genk, Bowen can do a job. It is still slightly thin in certain areas, and part of that is because Mr. Moyes has been trusted in the transfer market, I think. I guess they're probably offered 1,000,001 players by agents, and we're all looking for a new striker to come in as cover for Antonio, because bless him, his hamstrings aren't exactly the strongest. And I think that it ended up we didn't get an extra striker in because Moyes refused to sign somebody that he felt wasn't suitable. Now we're getting linked. Obviously, we're only just a couple of months away now from the new window. and that the papers are beginning to link us with various players again. I mean, again, I don't know how much that is agents talking up their charges, but you can see that he was not going to be budged on that. If the right player came along, then he'd sign him, but he wasn't going to sign somebody for the sake of it. And I think that's pretty much a quote from what he was saying. So it's good that he was allowed to stick to his principles. But yeah, I'd certainly trust him in charge of transfers more than the owners, shall we say.
Gordon, thank you very much for coming on. Gordon Throw, Deputy Editor of News Up Mother Brown.